My name is Mohammed Mir, and this is my final project report presentation. I would present it like you normally would from up here, but I'm kind of having issues with my second monitor, so I'm just going to present it like so. Forgive me for the inconvenience. So, an overview of the project. The purpose of this project was just to build a very simple English calculator that took three inputs from the user, two being digits from 0 through 9, and then an operator, and it essentially will calculate. And the output statement should be in all English statements except for the final answer. So, essentially, we had to convert our input digits and our input operator into English statements, and we had to make checks for wrong inputs that do not follow the rules. So we had to have specific error messages for if someone doesn't enter a proper number from 0 through 9, doesn't enter a proper operator, or actually tries to divide by 0. We have a divide by 0 check. So, how did I approach this? For me, the approach is very simple. How I did it was at first I tried to brainstorm the skeleton, as what I'd like to call it, of the code. So, I saw that we already needed to use a switch case like right here for our first few inputs. So I thought, why not do the same thing for the operators like right here? And why not also add the solutions of the operators in its switch cases? So by then I had the skeleton already set up, and I just started writing from there, which is where I call the flesh, the fill-in, everything that comes together once you just start writing. I call that the flesh. So the flesh started filling in, and by the end, all I had to do was test and revise. I really didn't have a lot of errors within my code. Mine was all very clean and concise. The only error I had, and I can actually show you the fix and what the error was. So right here is my fix where I actually added the check for if you're actually inputting a number from 0 through 9. And originally, this if statement was not a part of the output statement down here. Originally, it was up here with my input statements, and when I had to declare my input variables, I actually had them like right here next to the operator where I had the if checks for whether you're actually inputting a number from 0 through 9. And when I did have it up here, what would happen was I would have like an error message, like right here. It would still say first input is not valid 0 through 9, but it would calculate it anyways. So by adding it at the end, now it's not going to calculate anything unless you add a proper number from 0 through 9. So yes, the methods of this, like I said earlier, I really just we were told to use a switch case for our two numbers, and I made a switch case for the first input and the second input, and I also just made a switch case for the operators. And in the switch case of the operators, it also converts it into English strings, English statements in the form of a string, and the solution for the calculation for whatever operator at hand is also within each case. Also, the if statement, which is the check for whether someone is trying to divide by 0 in the denominator or not, is also in the division case right here. And so the lessons learned from this class and from this project for me were really how to be precise and how to avoid being extra within my code. I think I've really learned how to kind of prevent myself from writing more than needs to be and being a lot more clean and neat with my code rather than kind of being all over the place. Especially with like a problem like this English calculator. Sorry if you hear that. My neighbor's car is a little loud. Um, Anyways, yes, especially like this with making an English calculator, you can really be all over the place, and you can just have a jumble of info everywhere. But if I think this class really does properly prepare you to learn how to make very organized and well done code. And it also prepares you how to approach problems with a better mindset. At the beginning of this class, for me, it was a matter of how can I do this? And now it's a matter of how will I do this? You know, my mindset is a lot different, and my confidence within my code is a lot higher, because I think I feel a lot more prepared by the end of this class because my basics were very much so refined within Java. I feel very confident with the use of Java. I feel very confident with the use of of basics with object-oriented programming, and I am excited to learn more as a software engineer.